Okay, I have a 2014 Nissan Altima. A pretty Nissan logo there. And this car had an issue where when the car was hot or up to running temperature, the engine would struggle to go when the gas was pushed down, and when it was stopped after a short drive and the engine was up to temp, the car would not restart. It would just crank and crank and crank and never restart. Several people I have read on the Nissan forums have had a very, very similar issue, and nobody seems to ever come back and tell you what the issue was. So, I will go through the things that I have replaced, the things that didn't work, and the things that did work. So, start off, I replaced all 4 spark plugs. They were old and they needed to be replaced. I had one weak coil pack, which I replaced. It still worked, it still fired, it was just a weak spark. I replaced the MAF sensor. I replaced the upstream and downstream O2 sensors. Neither one of those fixed the issue. I replaced the crankshaft position sensor on the back side of the engine. Did not fix the issue. I replaced the PVC valve here from the orange one to the black one. Did not fix the issue. I checked the car with for vacuum leaks using a smoke machine. Had no vacuum leaks. I pulled the fuel pump out of the fuel tank and replaced the filter on it. Tested the fuel pump and replaced the filter. Yes, you can get the fuel filter for the hanging bracket. It is hard to obtain, but you can get it. It wasn't until I replaced the injectors that the issue was fixed. Now, when I replaced the injectors, it switched from a too lean condition to a too rich condition. And I had a feeling that this was caused by the car compensating for the too lean condition. So to fix that, I disconnected the battery, left it disconnected for about 20 minutes. I reattached it, and then I let the car relearn the engine. After letting the car idle for roughly 7 minutes, it idled down, it idled strong, and everything seems to be good. A lot of the stuff that I replaced needed to be replaced anyways for normal maintenance. However, I'm making this video to save somebody a lot of money because I put about $1,200 in parts in this car trying to track down this issue. And I really don't feel like Nissan was fair about this. Their computer should have read that it had a bad injector, however it didn't. Even on my old Dakota over there, when I have a bad injector, it tells me I have a bad injector. Something to note, if you remove this fuel rail, where the bolts are back behind the fuel rail into the block, if you remove it and you manage to get the bolts out without rounding them off, throw them in the trash and replace them. Do not reuse those bolts. They are terrible and they round off easily. And there is not enough room, because of this bracket right here, to get a tap-on socket out of there. Or tap it on even. It took me probably 6 hours to get this bolt out because it rounded off the very first time I put a socket on it. That being said, screw you Nissan for that black bar right there. So, this is all of the things that I've done. I hope it saves somebody a bunch of money and time. Please like the video if you liked it. Everybody have a great day.